I'm a believer, not a train.
Some years gave us hits. 1966 gave us songs that still feel like they are breathing.
Boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do.
They came from cold apartments, nervous studios, television sets, strange instruments, and writers trying to explain feelings they barely understood themselves. Some were polished for months. Some were changed without warning. One sounded so impossible that even the people making it were not sure it would work. Today we're counting down 15 unforgettable songs from 1966, starting with the one that still feels like an escape route. Number 1, California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas. Papa's John Phillips was freezing in New York when California stopped feeling like a place and started feeling like a rescue. The city was gray. The sidewalks were cold. The dream was warm enough to sing about. Michelle Phillips helped shape the words from that homesick ache, and soon the Mamas and the Papas turned winter into harmony. Released in late 1965 and rising through 1966, the song became bigger than weather. It became the sound of wanting out. Cass Elliott's voice gave it weight, while the group's blend made longing feel beautiful. That first flute break still feels like a door opening, and from that cold street, we move into a studio where one man was chasing sounds nobody else could hear. Number 2, Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. Brian Wilson was not writing a normal pop single. He was building a dream one piece at a time. There were cellos, strange keyboards, shifting sections, and musicians trying to follow an idea that kept changing shape. The band did not always understand it. The label worried about the cost. Brian kept going anyway, because the sound in his head was bigger than doubt. When Good Vibrations finally arrived, it reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and proved that a radio hit could feel like a movie. The harmonies shimmered, the rhythm floated. Even today, it sounds less like a song than a happy accident caught in the air. But not every classic began with beauty. Some began in silence.
Cause a vision softly creeping.
Number 3, The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel.
The sound of silence.
Uncle Paul Simon used to sit alone in the dark, playing guitar where the room gave him the best echo. The first version of The Sound of Silence was quiet, fragile, and easy to miss.
Was sleeping, and the vision.
At first, many people did miss it. The record failed, the duo drifted apart, and the song looked like another beautiful thing that had disappeared too soon. Then producer Tom Wilson made the decision that changed everything.
That was planted in my brain. Still.
Without Simon and Garfunkel in the room, he added electric guitar, bass, and drums. Suddenly, Private Loneliness sounded enormous. The song reached number 1.
In restless dreams I walked alone.
Brought the pair back together and turned darkness into one of the decade's most haunting anthems. And after that shadow, the Beatles proved a hit did not even need to be about love. Number 4, Paperback Writer by the Beatles. Paul McCartney was asked why the Beatles always seemed to write about romance. So he answered with a character, not a lover, not a heartbreak, a desperate writer begging someone to read his book. That strange little idea became Paperback Writer. And somehow the Beatles made literary ambition sound urgent, funny, and cool. The bass pushed harder than usual. The harmonies came in sharp. The guitars cut through with a confidence only the Beatles could make feel casual. The song reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and helped show how far pop songwriting could stretch. Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it. And from a fictional author chasing publication, we step into a fictional band that became far more real than expected.
And for someone else, but not for me.
Number 5, I'm a Believer by the Monkees.
I'm a believer, not a trace.
The Monkees were supposed to be a television idea first and a real band second. They were cast for a show about pop stardom, but nobody expected them to become one of the biggest musical stories of the decade.
Love was out to get me. That's the way it seems.
Then Neil Diamond brought in a song with a bright melody and a wounded heart hidden underneath. Mickey Dolenz gave I'm a Believer the rush it needed.
Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then
His vocal made Heartbreak sound like a door bursting open. The single reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and stayed there for weeks.
worked out in my mind. I'm in love.
What began as manufactured entertainment suddenly felt completely alive. The Monkees had crossed the line from make-believe into memory. Number 6, Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones did not make sadness sound soft. They made it sound dangerous. Paint It Black moved like something closing in. The rhythm had a march underneath it. While Brian Jones brought in the sitar that gave the record its strange, haunted color. It did not sound like ordinary rock and roll anymore. It sounded like grief had learned to run. Released in 1966, the song reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the band's most unforgettable singles. The darkness was not hidden. It was the hook. And from that shadow, we crashed straight into something raw enough to survive on nerve alone. Number 7, Wild Thing by the Troggs. The Troggs did not need polish. They needed a pulse. Wild Thing sounded like it had wandered into the studio, knocked something over, and refused to apologize. Reg Presley's vocal was rough in all the right places.
Know for sure. Come on.
While the band kept everything simple enough to feel almost primitive. That was the magic. Nothing was overthought. The song reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became proof that rock did not always need elegance.
You make my heart sing.
Sometimes it only needed desire, a few chords, and a voice willing to sound unguarded. Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video.
But I wanna know for sure.
Okay, on to the next. And from that garage rock stomp, we move into a voice that turned warning signs into pop attitude.
You keep saying you got something for me.
Number 8, These Boots Are Made for Walkin' by Nancy Sinatra.
Boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do.
Nancy Sinatra did not whisper her warning. She delivered it like a verdict. The song had attitude before the first verse even settled in. Lee Hazelwood's writing gave her the perfect weapon.
Then you call love, but confess.
Cool words, a slow burn, and a bass line that seemed to walk across the room with its chin up. Nancy did not sound heartbroken. She sounded finished. Released in 1966,
You've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'.
These Boots Are Made for Walkin' reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became her signature hit. It turned revenge into style
Now someone else is getting all your best.
and made independence sound glamorous, sharp, and impossible to ignore. But Motown had its own way of turning advice into something unforgettable.
I said you can't hurry
Number 9. You Can't Hurry Love by the Supremes. Diana Ross sang it like someone trying to believe the advice herself. You Can't Hurry Love carried the brightness of Motown, but underneath the bounce was a familiar ache. The Supremes were not just singing about romance. They were singing about waiting, disappointment, and the painful little hope that love might still arrive if you held on long enough. The song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the group's defining records. The rhythm moved fast, but the message asked for patience. Do you agree that this is one of the Supremes' most timeless songs? Comment yes if you agree. And from Motown patience, we step into British sarcasm dressed as sunshine. Number 10. Sunny Afternoon by the Kinks' Ray Davies.
Sunny afternoon, and I can't sail my...
Turned financial misery into a lazy summer smile. He was facing tax trouble, pressure, and exhaustion. But instead of writing a complaint, he wrote a character sitting in the sun with nothing left to lose. Sunny Afternoon sounded relaxed.
He's taken everything I got.
Almost sleepy, but the humor had teeth. The bass line slouched. The vocals smirked. The whole record felt like someone pretending not to care because caring had become too expensive.
Save me, save me, save me from this squeeze.
It reached number 1 in the United Kingdom and became one of the Kinks' sharpest songs. Somehow, frustration came out sounding elegant.
Got a big fat mama trying to break me.
And from that dry British grin, we head toward a rainy bus stop where a small moment became a lifelong memory.
All that summer we enjoyed it. Wind and rain.
Number 11. Bus Stop by the Hollies.
Bus goes, she stays, love grows under my
Graham Gouldman saw romance hiding under an umbrella. The image was simple. Rain falling, 2 people waiting, one small shelter turning strangers into something closer. That was all he needed. By the time the Hollies recorded Bus Stop, the scene felt bigger than a rainy afternoon.
that umbrella we employed it by August.
Alan Clark's voice carried the story with charm, while the harmonies gave it that clean British pop sparkle. The song reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and helped the Hollies break through in America.
Every morning I will see her waiting.
It proved a love song did not need grand drama. Sometimes all it needed was bad weather and perfect timing.
Sometimes she'd shop and she would show me what she bought.
And from that rain-soaked memory, we jump into a record that turned pure excitement into a shout. Number 12. Good Lovin' by the Young Rascals. The Young Rascals did not treat Good Lovin' like a polite pop song. They attacked it. The track had already existed before them, but their version sounded like someone had kicked open the door. Felix Cavalier's vocal came in hot. The organ pushed the groove forward, and the whole band played like they were trying to wake up the room. That urgency made the difference. Their version reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the great party records of 1966. It was loose, loud, and impossible to sit through quietly. But the 60s were changing fast, and the next song sounded like color arriving through the speakers. Number 13. Sunshine Superman by Donovan. Donovan did not sound like he was chasing the old pop world. He sounded like he had slipped into the next one. Sunshine Superman moved with a strange confidence. The rhythm was cool. The vocal was playful. The mood felt half romantic and half psychedelic, like the song was smiling because it knew something the listener had not figured out yet. Released in the middle of the decade's wild transformation,
It'll take time, I know it, but in a while.
it reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and helped push Donovan into a new kind of fame. It was not just catchy, it sounded slightly dangerous,
Gonna be mine, I know it. We'll do it in style.
slightly magical, and completely different from where pop had been. And after that psychedelic wink, we turned toward one of the softest songs that ever hit with full force. Number 14, Cherish, by the Association Cherish did not rush toward love. It stood still and let the feeling ache. The Association rapped the song in harmonies so smooth they almost hid how vulnerable it was. Underneath the beauty was someone afraid to say too much, wanting love badly, but knowing the words might not be enough. That tension gave the record its power. Cherish reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the most recognizable soft pop ballads of the decade. It was gentle, but not weak. It sounded like longing dressed in sunlight, and that is why it still lingers. And finally, we arrive at a song that tried to explain why music itself can feel like a miracle. Sebastian was not trying to write about fame. He was trying to catch a feeling before it vanished. The feeling was young, bright, and almost impossible to explain. It lived in a club, in that moment when a song makes the whole room feel lighter. The Lovin' Spoonful gave it a jug band bounce and a smile that never felt forced. Do You Believe in Magic became one of the group's signature songs and captured the joy that powered so much of the mid-60s. It was not trying to sound that was the secret. It believed happiness was serious business. And maybe that is why these songs never really left us. They came from cold winters, dark rooms, rainy afternoons, studio gambles, broken hearts, strange instruments, and flashes of joy nobody could fully explain. 1966 did not just give us hits, it gave us records that still know how to pull memory out of the air. Which one takes you back the fastest? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this countdown, please like, subscribe, and stay with Retro Rewind for more songs that time never managed to erase.